My name is Oliver Mascarenhas. I am the president of Mombasa County Hockey Association. We have been the president for the last 3 years. Before we were Coast Hockey Association, and we had to change our name as per the Sports Act to Mombasa County Hockey Association.
Okay. What is your role as the president of Mombasa Hockey Association?
Well, my main role is, and my committee is to promote the game of hockey and encourage the sport within Mombasa and the coast region at large. You might ask, how do we promote? How do we encourage? Well, we do this by a number of ways. We run clinics for coaches, we run clinics for umpires, we run clinics for players. In fact, we have a proud tradition in Coast. Our FIH umpires in Kenya all were first umpires in Mombasa, and now they've grown and have been promoted to FIH.
Okay, that's nice. So, what is your vision for Mombasa Hockey?
My vision, we had a vision 4 years ago, which we've actually accomplished because we've had quite a number of tournaments bringing up teams from Mombasa, from junior to senior. Unfortunately, we only have 3 men's teams in Mombasa: Mombasa Sports Club, Vita, and Mombasa West, and only 1 ladies team. We hope to get more teams. Biggest issue is funding for the teams, but that's our main aim. I'm only here for another year. I don't want to be here for life. I'm never president for life.
Okay.
We have elections next year. Let's see who else comes and takes the post.
So far, I think you've seen the future that Mombasa Hockey has. What can you say about its future? The 1 year that you'll still be there.
Well, I'm sure that we have 2 big tournaments coming up this year, 2 national tournaments. One with we are partnering with Vita Sports Club, Hockey Club, and one with Mombasa Sports Club, men and women. So there's a lot of hockey to be played.
Okay.
In our plans for this year, we also have hockey fights for secondary schools. You know, there is Youth Olympics in 2022 where they have hockey fights. So we want to start developing our players so that they make the national team, and the national team qualifies for the next Youth Olympics.
I've heard you've mentioned about the junior tournament. What's your expectation on the junior tournament starting tomorrow?
Well, the future of any sport lies in the juniors. If we have no juniors, there's nothing to supply the seniors. Yeah. So I'm hoping this age group of under 11 and under 13, they are still getting to know hockey, getting to like it. It's our job now to get them interested in it. That's why we've started with hockey fives. You know, hockey fives, you can score from anywhere. There are no complex hockey rules, short corners, bounty corners, long corners, nothing like that. So we want to generate that interest. If they are happy and interested in hockey, once they reach secondary school, they will progress.
Oliver, we've seen you donate equipment to secondary schools. What's your motive? Because it's a good thing. Many people don't do that.
Thank you. The donations were received from TK Sports and from Better Buy. So we received those donations as Mombasa County Hockey. Now, the biggest issue with secondary schools is lack of equipment. Most of them want to play hockey, but they don't have equipment. No shin guards, no sticks.
True.
You know. So when we get such donations from corporates, the best place to give it is secondary schools or schools, because that's how they will now come up and start playing hockey.
Okay.
In fact, the schools that we've donated are 4, and they are from Taita even, not even in our county of Mombasa. They are in Taita. Some are in Kwale, Jilore, some are in Kilifi. So we are spreading our wings.
Just one last thing, maybe you can tell people who maybe will watch this and who are in Mombasa and they don't know about where to come and express their talent in hockey. What can you tell them?
Where to express their talent in hockey?
Yeah.
Well, we've got 3 clubs now. And this weekend, in fact on 29th, which is tomorrow, we have our junior tournament at Mombasa Sports Club. So it's nice to come and support the kids. There are 3 clubs, as I said, in Mombasa: Mombasa Sports Club, Vita, and Mombasa West. You can join any of these clubs, and we have now Mombasa Sports Club who are in Premier League. We have qualified for Premier League. So we have a club, a men's club in each division: Premier League, Super League, National League. So there'll be a lot of hockey to be played even in Mombasa this coming year, and I'm sure we'll all do well.
I've heard you've mentioned that there's only one ladies team in the whole of Mombasa County. What do you think are the challenges that you guys are facing?
The biggest challenge for any team, not only the ladies, even the men, is sponsorship, corporate sponsorship or support, because most of these clubs are self-sponsored. Now, when you have to go to Nairobi 3-4 times a year to play the league games and pay your entry fee to KHU, where will you find the money if you don't have corporate sponsorship? Sports club are lucky, the club supports them up to a certain level. The rest, the club has to raise themselves. Mombasa West are thinking of starting a ladies team. Their biggest challenge is sponsorship. We are trying to support them by encouraging them to have tournaments where they can use to raise money for their club. So that's one way that the clubs generate income for their section and for their league with KG.
Okay.
I'm very thankful for HockeyKE for coming up and promoting our junior tournament. Junior tournament is something that not many people are interested in. And by you all showing interest, it's really encouraging us. And I'm sure the youngsters will be playing tomorrow will definitely be encouraged by seeing their names on Twitter, seeing their photographs on Twitter and all the social media platforms. So thank you very much and hope to see you tomorrow, and we have a lovely tournament.